Dragon Quest in a weird way is like the opposite of Final Fantasy, where Final Fantasy can be too quick to change sometimes. Dragon Quest is all about holding on to tradition. However, with these recent announcements, it looks like the newly announced Dragon Quest XII is going to be shaking things up quite a bit. Recently, Square Enix hosted the Dragon Quest 35th Anniversary Special and gave us a ton of interesting updates regarding the series. We're going to be getting quite a number of spin-offs, such as Dragon Quest Treasures, which will be starring Dragon Quest XI's Eric and Mia. This game is slated for a simultaneous worldwide release. Though currently the platforms are unknown, clearly looks like it's something for either Switch or mobile platforms. Though it is weird to announce a game and not announce the platforms that it's coming to. I mean, who exactly is supposed to be anticipating this? Dragon Quest Keshi Keshi is a new puzzle game for mobile phones, and will be heading both to Japan and overseas in 2021. These things are nice, but let's talk about the things that people are really interested in. Oddly enough, to me, the most fascinating title that they showed was Dragon Quest X Offline. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, Dragon Quest X is an MMORPG. It was never localized and never left Japan, and this is a brand new version of the game that won't require internet connection to play. This new version of the game is said to be easy to pick up and play, and seems to have this new chibi visual style. Now, as I mentioned, those of us in the West never got to play this game in any official capacity, and while Japanese fans can look forward to this game sometime in 2022, it's still unknown if Western fans will ever be able to play it in any official capacity. The reason this title in particular is so curious to me is because I look at games like Final Fantasy XI, and eventually someday maybe even 14, and there's a lot of thought about how they'll preserve these stories going forward. To me, this sort of indicates that maybe one day we could see an offline version of Final Fantasy XI, something that could make that game exceedingly more accessible for a larger number of people. And while that game is still going for the moment with a very dedicated fan base, at some point these games do have to shut down, and I think it's great if there is some way to preserve them and their content and story. Even more exciting is the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, done in the same style and by the same team as Octopath Traveler. And boy, this looks absolutely amazing. This combination of 3D effects and HD 2D style is just so appealing to me. Honestly, when we talk about remaking Final Fantasies like 5 or 6 or remaking Chrono Trigger, I'd rather see them get remakes in this style than something AAA like Final Fantasy VII Remake. For a remake of a Famicom game, it really does not get much better than this. And then of course there is the biggest announcement of all, Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate. The next mainline Dragon Quest has been officially announced. Unfortunately, we didn't get any footage from this game, and perhaps we might get something from E3, that's my current hope. However, we did at least get some brand new details on Dragon Quest XII, and boy, they are juicy. First of all, Dragon Quest XII will be receiving a simultaneous worldwide release. If I'm not mistaken, it's the first mainline Dragon Quest game in the series to get one. The Western success of Dragon Quest XI really paved the way for this. According to Yuji Horii, this is a Dragon Quest game aimed at adults, and is said to have darker, more mature content, and will have players making important decisions. First of all, a darker, more mature Dragon Quest sounds awesome. This more adult, mature direction seems to be an ongoing theme with Square Enix at the moment, with the next mainline Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy XVI, which is also set to have a huge focus on offering a more mature story to players. And honestly, you know, I love it. It's really cool to see a franchise that you grew up with grow up with you. And that's not all Dragon Quest XII is looking to shake up. The battle system and the traditional command menu system are being updated, although what that specifically means is currently unknown. Just as Dragon Quest XI was developed with Unreal Engine 4, Dragon Quest XII will be developed with Unreal Engine 5, making it one of the first announced games to be using the engine. The story is said to already be complete, however the game is said to be really big, so it's going to take some time before it's complete. The development team at Square Enix is currently recruiting for the game, so if you want to help make the next Dragon Quest, go ahead and slide them your resume. With all this said, Ultima, I want to hear from you. Which of these new Dragon Quest games are you looking forward to most? The remake of Dragon Quest III, Dragon Quest X Offline, or, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of you, Dragon Quest Quest XII. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and let me know in the comments below. Shout out to patron CreepGH and the rest of the Ultima community.